I'm Michael Diamond. This is Muscle Central. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, after watching the Arnold, Ohio, and then the Arnold, UK, my thoughts about the upcoming Olympia have changed a bit. Hadi, who I at one point was thinking maybe we have seen the best of him. Now I'm thinking maybe we still haven't seen the best of him. The package he brought to Ohio was arguably the best Hadi we've ever seen on stage. The UK package quite possibly might have exceeded the Ohio package if it wasn't for the fact that he landed in the UK about 12, 14 hours before he was set to step on stage. That, without a doubt, will affect the look of the physique. So he might have even been better in UK if the circumstances were different. I think he's firmly established himself as the most dangerous threat to Derek Lunsford. I've learned something else from these two shows. Samson Dowder, who I still think has Mr. Olympia written on him, like everybody else says, he just has to nail the conditioning, really bring it, and he might be unstoppable. I was thinking that this could be the year. And after viewing these two shows and hearing things that have been said on posts, if it's going to happen, I do not think it's going to happen this year. So, whereas a month or two ago, I might have put Samson a little higher in the threat category to win the Olympia, I'm pulling back a little bit on that. Now, Derek Lunsford defending his title against the most serious threat to his title. Can he hold off Hadi? I felt that Hadi won the 2023 Olympia. Many others, and not just fans, people in the industry will argue that Hadi did what it took to retain the title. And I think if the decision went a different way, would have went in Hadi's favor, I don't think anybody would have been complaining. Hadi might come even better come the Olympia. Hadi run by Derek Lunsford's coach, who happens to be Hadi Choopan's coach, says that this Hadi from Ohio would have beaten Derek. And we need to expect a potentially better Hadi on stage come Olympia. Is Derek going to be able to make improvements where he needs to make improvements to be able to hold off Hadi? Will he have enough firepower to hold off Hadi? Now, it's not just me. A lot of people saying it. From the front, Derek's biceps are not the best. He's much better from the back than the front. He looks a little flat in the chest from the front. And his legs, his quads, need more oomph, especially when you're looking at it from the front. Now, these have been issues that he's had for a while. It was the same thing when he was a 212. And the difference was back then, everybody was saying, well, he has to suck down to make 212. So that's why he looks like that. Once he gets into the open, he'll be able to get full blown and it won't be an issue no more. But the same issues he's had at 212, he seems to have in the open. Just, it's the same package, but just a bigger version. That's the way I'm seeing it. I do not see Derek with enough firepower to hold off Hadi. As I said before, Samson has all the gifts, but I don't think this is going to be the year. Who's going to give Hadi a challenge, if anyone? Probably the most likely candidate would be Nick Walker. Still waiting to see what Nick Walker brings to the New York Pro, and I expect to see a terrific package. It's an interesting matchup in a few ways. There were some similarities. Hadi, everybody knows he wasn't too pleased with the outcome of the Olympia. Hadi felt that he should have kept the Olympia title. That's gonna set a fire inside. If you have a champion's mentality, that's gonna really set a fire. But then you also have Nick Walker, who's considered a big threat going into the Olympia in the first place, not being able to step on stage, sitting in the audience. By what he views, he feels in his heart that he would have won. And then you have all these people, and I'm not talking about fans, I'm talking about people in the industry who's saying, hey, if he was on stage, and telling him personally, you could have won this. Like the fire that was set under Hadi for not being able to leave with the Olympia title once again, that's going to set the same type of fire under Nick. Knowing in his heart, feeling in his heart, and having other people say the same thing, knowledgeable people in the industry say the same thing, that title could have been his, got a little bit of inferno brewing over here. Hadi, without a doubt, is the most conditioned guy on stage whenever he steps on stage. But if Hadi and Nick are on stage together, you can pretty much bet your money that they're going to be the two most conditioned people on stage. I'm not saying Nick's going to have the kind of conditioning that Hadi does, or if ever will be able to reach that level of conditioning, but he brings a level of conditioning in that is better than the rest, except for Hadi. They both have the warrior championship mindset, mentality, and that in itself is tends to be a lead on to intense battle. Now, Hadi, go back to Hadi, what he showed us that he means business. Nobody's gonna match him conditioning. He brings a level of muscularity that's pretty amazing. He's not the biggest guy on stage, but he can open up, and he looks bigger. He looked as big as Samson, just as shorter in many, many poses. And Samson outweighs him by about 50, 60 pounds. What will it take to be able to, if not beat, give a battle to someone like Hadi? Probably someone like Nick, someone who brings a legitimate freak factor along with superior conditioning. Like I said, he won't match Hadi in conditioning, but he does bring a higher level of conditioning than most. But probably safe to say everybody else, except for Hadi. I think leading into this Olympia, I think we're going to still see the same guys in the top four, but I don't think it's going to be Samson's year. I cannot see Derek with enough firepower to hold off Hadi, and right now I see Hadi as front runner to leave the stage with the Olympia title once again, regaining the title. But I do see Nick Walker coming in there and waging a serious battle with Hadi. Just got to wait now to see what we see with Nick at the New York Pro. And we're going to see the best Nick Walker. I feel very certain of that. He's not just he's going in to qualify, but he's going in there with a mindset like it's the Olympia. He's going to come in with his best package to date, and then we can start looking forward to the 2024 Mr. Olympia, which as competitive as I think the 2023 Olympia was, I think this is going to be even more competitive and more exciting. If you agree or disagree with anything I've said, let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.